There really is no other city on earth like Nashville. Also known as Music City, USA, not only is it the country music capital of the world, but it's also fun, exciting, and a real hoot. It's just impossible to go to Nashville and not have a good time.
Whether you are a music lover, a food enthusiast, or a history buff, Nashville will have something in store for you.
We're Ryan and Manuel,
And welcome to Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville is a city like no other, and it took us only a few hours there to realize how much we loved it.
it has everything you might want. World-class music,
A vibrant food scene,
unique historical landmarks,
and a fun, exciting personality.
we went there as part of a larger road trip across Tennessee. And if, like us, you only have a limited amount of time to explore Nashville, these are our absolute must-dos that you cannot miss.
The first stop is Lower Broadway. Also known as the honky-tonk highway, you haven't really been to Nashville if you haven't walked up and down this street. Even if country music is not your style, you will fall in love with Lower Broadway's energy and groove. This is where you can find dozens of honky-tonk bars and where you will have a blast catching the country stars of tomorrow. We just loved looking at the neon signs and popping in and out of these bars until we found our vibe.
Some of the historic bars include Tootsie's Orchard Lounge, Robert's Western World, and Nudies. Or you can find great music at some of the newest ones, such as Post Malone's Posties or Lainey Wilson's Bell Bottoms Up, which was actually one of our favorites. But there are so many to choose from.
Bear in mind that it can get very rowdy on the weekends, but listening to live music in Nashville is definitely an experience you need to have in the city.
And there is even more to explore in Lower Broadway, like the Johnny Cash Museum and the iconic Nashville Legends mural that honors country music legends like Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash, and Willie Nelson.
Another stop we recommend in the area is the Goo Goo Cluster Store, where you can try the famous first combination candy bar in the US, made with a unique mix of caramel, marshmallow, and peanuts covered in chocolate. There are several combinations to try in store, or you can even create your own. They have become a Nashville icon and they are so good.
Our next recommendation is probably the one that we were most excited about, the Ryman Auditorium.
Also known as the Mother Church of Country Music, the Ryman Auditorium was originally a church built by Thomas Ryman, a sea captain who lived in Nashville in the 1800s. But its fame came in 1943 when, for nearly 30 years, it was home to the Grand Ole Opry, the longest running radio broadcast in US history.
This one-hour country music show was broadcast live from the Ryman, reaching living rooms as far as Canada and launching the careers of country music legends like Hank Williams, Dolly Parton, and Johnny Cash. The Ryman is also credited with being the birthplace of bluegrass music, with the first performance of Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys in 1945.
Going on a self-guided tour or seeing a concert at the Ryman is an absolute must-do when you're in Nashville. The auditorium still has the original pew seating intact and it's absolutely beautiful.
Our next recommendation is the Grand Ole Opry itself. In 1974, the show's popularity forced it to relocate from the Ryman to a larger, more modern venue, situated about 20 minutes drive from the original auditorium. The Opry is country music's biggest stage, and watching a show there was one of the highlights of our trip.
Every show is different from the others as the lineup is always changing, featuring a mix of rising country stars and country legends gathered round a hollowed circle of timber cut from the Ryman's original stage. If you visit on a day when there are no shows, you can take a tour.
2025 marked the 100th anniversary of the Grand Ole Opry, and it's safe to say that this cultural landmark is here to stay for 100 more.
Next on our list is the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum.
The Country Music Hall of Fame is a real must-do if you are a country music fan. It took us about 3 hours to see the exhibits, but we could have stayed there much longer as the museum is huge. Our favorite part was the permanent collection, which covers the story of country music from its roots in the 19th century through to today, and includes incredible artifacts such as costumes, instruments, personal items, records, and so much more. Also, there are always a series of temporary exhibits worth seeing. When we went, there was one on Dolly Parton and one on Lainey Wilson.
Also, make sure you don't miss the stunning rotunda with the plaques of Hall of Fame members. It's a truly majestic space. For an extra fee, you can visit the Hatch Show Print at the lower ground, a working letterpress print shop that has been making iconic posters since 1879. You can still check out the process and shop some of the famous designs. Also, make sure you don't miss the huge shop as you enter.
Across the street from the museum, we recommend checking out the Country Music Walk of Fame and also the architecture of the building itself, with lots of elements connected to music, like the vertical windows arranged like the keys of a piano. Note that for an extra fee, the Country Music Hall of Fame also runs tours of the historic RCA Studio B, where many artists such as Elvis Presley and Dolly Parton recorded many hits. It's totally worth it.
Our next recommendation is Printers Alley. If country music is not your cup of tea, Printers Alley is the place to be for live jazz, blues, rock and roll, and even burlesque. Printers Alley was once the hub of the city's printing industry and is now a vibrant area with famous venues like Skoll's Rainbow Room and Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar. We loved it there.
Another must-do in Nashville is trying some of the best hot fried chicken in the South. Our favourite was Hattie B's.
Alongside Prince's Hot Chicken, Hattie B's is a real Nashville institution. You can choose from a range of heat levels, from mild to shut the cluck up. We both got the medium, which to us felt super spicy, but nonetheless incredible. The original location is in Midtown, but we opted for the one just off Lower Broadway. It's so popular that even if we got there way before lunchtime, the queue was super long, but moved very quickly. We totally recommend it. It has a fun, lively atmosphere and is pure Southern hospitality.
Another stop on our list is the Nashville Parthenon, a full-scale replica of the original Parthenon in Athens. Yes, you've heard it right. The building was originally built for the 1897 Tennessee Centennial Exhibition and now is both a monument to classical architecture and an art museum. It was actually super impressive and we loved to see locals and tourists enjoying some downtime in the park around this monument.
Only a few minutes away from Lower Broadway, we also recommend a visit to Fort Nashborough.
This is the location where James Robertson led his group of pioneers across the frozen Cumberland River, which led to the founding of Nashville in 1780. This is a replica of the original fort, but it's still so fascinating to see as it's so detailed and really immerses you in the history. The fort was a shelter for the first pioneer families until the fights with Native Americans ended in 1792.
Also, from here, you can get a nice view of the riverside and the John Seigenthaler pedestrian bridge, from which you can get a great view of the Nashville skyline.
And now, our final recommendation, the Jack Daniel's Distillery in Lynchburg, which is about a 75-mile drive south from Nashville.
If you have that extra time, we think this is an absolute must-do because you can't visit Tennessee without a taste of the famous Tennessee whiskey. If you don't have a car like we did, there are plenty of tours that offer round-trip transportation.
We booked the Jack Daniel's Distillery tour, where we got a behind-the-scenes look at how Jack Daniel's is made, plus a tasting of their delicious whiskies. The tour starts in the visitor center, where you can see plenty of artifacts like Jack's suits, musical instruments, and historical bottling, and also learn about Nathaniel Greene, the formerly enslaved man who taught Jack Daniel how to distill.
The tour is an absolute must-do. Not only is the property so beautiful, but we learned so much, from the discovery of the natural limestone cave that became the source of the pure, mineral-rich water used to make the whiskey, to Jack Daniel's first distillery building. But our highlight was seeing the actual process of making the whiskey, where we learned that every single drop of Jack Daniel's in the world is made right there. We couldn't film inside these areas, but it gave us an entirely new appreciation for whiskey in general. We also loved seeing the process of creating charcoal from sugar maple wood and seeing how this is used to filter the whiskey, which is what makes it authentic Tennessee whiskey.
At the end of the tour, we really enjoyed the guided tasting of 5 different kinds of Jack Daniel's and a visit to their shop. We couldn't recommend this tour enough.
And that's it for our must-dos in Nashville.
If there's anything that we missed, leave us a comment down below and let us know what your favorite things to do in Nashville are.
And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also follow us on social media, and we're always out on adventure and we cannot wait to take you along with us.
Yes, and now,
See you down the road.